The history of the 1971 Two New Pence coin. To understand why this little coin is so valuable, we need to take a trip back in time to 1971. This was a monumental year in the history of British currency, as it marked the moment when the UK decimalised its currency, a process that replaced the old pound, shilling, and pence system with a simpler, decimal-based system. This change meant that the British pound was now divided into 100 new pence, and as part of the shift, the Royal Mint issued new coins, including the 2 New Pence. The design of the 1971 2 New Pence coin was quite straightforward. On the reverse side, there was an image of a rose, symbolizing England, with the denomination 2 New Pence and the date. But here's the twist: while many of these coins were produced, not all of them were perfectly minted or made in sufficient numbers, making some of them rare and highly collectible. Among the mass of 2 pence coins produced, a small percentage were released with minting errors or struck with unusual features. These coins became the ones that collectors salivate over. Why is the 1971 2 New Pence coin so rare? Now, here's where things get really interesting. Not all 1971 2 New Pence coins are worth a fortune. It's the rarity factor and the condition of the coin that can propel its value into the hundreds or even thousands of pounds. Let's break it down. Mintage error coins. The most sought-after versions of the 1971 2 New Pence coin are those with minting errors. In particular, there were a small number of coins that were struck with misaligned designs, overstrikes, or even blank coins that didn't receive the proper design. These mistakes make the coin incredibly unique and irreplaceable, which is exactly why collectors are willing to pay premium prices for them. Condition matters. Like any collectible, condition is key. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, free from scratches or wear, are far more valuable than those that have been in circulation for years. Coins that grade as MS65, mint state 65, or higher in a grading system like the Sheldon scale can command astronomical prices. It's not uncommon for these rare, high-grade 1971 2 New Pence coins to fetch thousands of pounds at auction. The variety of designs. You may think that all 1971 2 New Pence coins look the same, but there are subtle design variations that can make a big difference in value. For instance, some coins have a slightly different font for the inscription or a slightly different size or weight. These tiny discrepancies can make certain coins highly desirable to collectors looking for a particular variation. Scarcity. While millions of these coins were minted, a large portion were either spent or melted down over time, leading to a limited supply. Many collectors are now on the hunt for these rare versions, meaning that the value of certain 1971 2 New Pence coins has been steadily rising over the years. If you happen to find one of these rare coins in your collection, you might be holding on to a small fortune. How much can the 1971 2 New Pence coin be worth? So, you're probably wondering, how much can this little coin actually fetch? Well, it can be anywhere from a modest £100 to a staggering £10,000 or more, depending on the rarity, condition, and demand. Here's a breakdown. Common 1971 2 New Pence coins. These are worth about 20 pence to £2, as they're in regular circulation and don't have any major minting errors or unique features. Coins in excellent condition, uncirculated or MS65. These can fetch anywhere from £50 to £500 at auction, especially if they are in near-perfect condition. Rare error coins. Minting errors can skyrocket the value of these coins to anywhere between £500 and £5,000 or more, depending on the specific error. Top-grade specimens with exceptional rarity. Coins with extreme rarity, such as those with the most drastic minting errors or exceptionally well-preserved, can easily top £10,000, especially if there's high demand among collectors. Conclusion. So, there you have it. The 1971 2 New Pence coin isn't just a piece of history, it could also be your ticket to a small fortune. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare coins, or even a minting error version, you might just find yourself with something worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of pounds. The next time you go through your loose change, you might want to give those pennies and pence a second glance. You could be holding on to something that'll leave you speechless.